Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the 7th of April, 2021. I'm in the car with my neighbor Mike. Mike had to go and get some an interview with his doctor. She wanted to speak with him and get some x-rays before any further actual procedure is conducted. It's a nice 64 degrees today. We're inside the vehicle. And some of the things that happened on this date in history, in 1933, 8 months before Prohibition ended, it was legal to sell low alcohol beer. That's right. I guess low alcohol beer, and that day became National Beer Day. So I don't know if it's still actual beer day today, but that's what I'm being told. Low alcohol beer became legal. So that's very exciting for beer drinkers throughout the world. Beer is very important to many, many people. In 1927 in New York, it was the first public demonstration of a video communication between Herbert Hoover. Is it Herbert Hoover? Herbert Hoover. He was Secretary of Commerce at the time. This is before he became president. And he had the first video communication with officials from the AT&T Corporation. That's the American Telephone and Telegraph Company. So that was a big deal in 1927. A lot of the big deals happened in New York City for some reason. I guess that was the center of the world. And in 1922, we had a big scandal. Not uncommon for politicians or elected officials to be crooked, to be involved in lining their own pockets. It was
they're still doing it.
And they're still doing it. And it was called the Teapot Dome Scandal. And it was some public lands, government lands in Wyoming, that Albert Bacon Fall, he was a U.S. Secretary of the Interior, and he gave the Mammoth Oil Company rights to this land, and he got bribes and gifts and cash gifts, and that was quite a big scandal. Sinclair Oils is an offshoot of the Mammoth Oil Company at the time, and Sinclair Oils is the one with the dinosaur. They were the first ones that introduced the gas station. Up until that point, people were fixing their automobiles behind their house or in the alley. They were the first ones for oil changes, and they did a lot of business with changing tires and fixing vehicles, minor repairs, that sort of thing, restrooms. So they were the, I guess, the inventors of the forefathers of the modern gas station that we know today. But today, a lot of that is over. Growing up on Long Island, there was a guy that lived next door who owned a gas station, and they were getting out of that repair business. Now, you know, gas stations are just convenience stores to get your beer and your soda and your chips, cigarettes, chewing tobacco, condoms, chapstick, magazines, newspapers, ice, all sorts of things like that. And they realized they could make more money on those products than fixing people's automobiles. So that was a big scandal. And like I said, there's something about a politician or elected official. They just can't seem to be honest. They just can't seem to be honest. They want the kickbacks. They want to give contracts to friends. They want to take bribes. They want to hire relatives and family members with fake jobs. What do they call them? Ghost jobs. And give people checks in the family that don't report to work. It's just something in their DNA. I mean,
it's grown to a point now where they steal elections. Like they stole the election for president away from President Trump.
Well, that's up to debate, but I don't want to. And happy birthday, 82 years old today. Happy birthday to Francis Ford Coppola, the famous director of 1972's Godfather and 1974 Godfather, I guess, Part 2. And now he's up in the wine country, up in Northern California in Sonoma, and enjoying his rewards. So I just wanted to say a few words with my neighbor Mike in LA, and whenever he needs a ride or he needs an appointment or go to the store, and I'm more than happy to help him out. And so how did it go today, Mike?
Well, yeah, when we get the results of the X-rays, I'll know more. The doctors didn't have anything to say except for let's take an X-ray.
And you had a funny story, or not a funny story. I thought it could have been a scam. Do you want to tell us about the phone call you received? If you feel comfortable.
Yeah, well, I in June, early in June, I get a phone call, and I answer my phone, and this nice voice says, "Are you Michael Gonta?" And I said, "Yes. What can I do for you?" She says, "Well, I don't know how to start this or how to say this, but I'm just going to do it. I just want you to know that you're my biological father."
And how did that make you feel?
Old. She is 57 years old.
And how did she find you?
With you and me.
Oh, she went to one of those
23.
organizations.
Yeah.
Oh, and she paid some money, and they found out. I guess she gave a sample of DNA or a blood sample, and they were able to track you down. Man, I would have hung up real quick. You were nice enough to take the call. What's her name?
Carolyn.
Man, that must have been a shock.
Yeah,
So how many children do you have total?
Well, I got 3 daughters, 2 granddaughters, 5 great-granddaughters, and 1 grandson and 1 great-grandson.
Holy cow. And how old are you now?
81.
What do you contribute to your youthful appearance and health? What do you contribute to your, because you don't look 81. You look, you could be, I don't know, late 60s, and I'm not saying that, you know, you have a full head of hair. A lot of gentlemen, heck, they lose their hair in high school. How many people you see, and they wear hats. If you see a man wearing a hat, they're bald. There's that guy who created All in the Family, the poor fella, what's his name? Norman, the guy's in every picture, he's in a hat, that silly little hat. I feel so bad for him. Embrace your baldness, you know? Anyway, you've got a full head of hair, you're not overweight, you're in, for 81, you're in very, very good shape. What do you contribute, sorry folks, I'm trying to get this angle here. I'm sorry if it's moving around a bit. What do you contribute to your youthfulness and your
well, eating properly. I quit eating red meats 60 years ago.
So you just eat turkey and chicken?
Yeah, turkey, no chicken, just turkey and fish.
Turkey and fish. How many years ago?
60 years ago.
60?
Yeah.
And you think that contributed to how you feel today?
And I did a lot of walking, a lot of running. Never smoked in my life. Did my share of drinking when I was younger. I gave that up quite a while ago. And
how long you been in California?
81 years so far.
So born and raised.
Yes.
And what do you think? What do you think about everybody? They say a lot of people are leaving California.
Well, it's getting too rich for them.
Right. It's an expensive state with a lot of regulation.
Yeah.
And but the weather is just unbelievable. I don't know if I mentioned the weather today. It's 64 degrees with a light breeze. So 81 years, you're in good health. You've just visited with your doctor. And Mike lives a couple of residents down from my residence. And what major changes have you seen, do you think, in your 81 years?
Oh, lots and lots and lots. When I was in my six years old, the whole area here was oil fields and old wooden derricks, pumping stations.
The infrastructure you see over in Long Beach.
Yeah.
That is still there. Is it true once they pump a well, drill a well, they have to keep pumping it?
Yes.
What's the
keep it open?
If they don't, what happens?
They just close up on them.
So in order for it to yield oil continuously, they have to continue that pump.
Yes.
Otherwise, eventually they'll lose the hole they drilled.
Yes.
So that's all. Just a short little talk, and they took you early for the appointment, huh?
Oh yeah.
You told him, you checked in?
Yep.
They make you sign in?
Yes.
They always make you sign in, don't they? They always make you sign in, and then you sit down. How many people were in there waiting?
One.
And they were all, oh, that was good. So they were all waiting for the same doctor?
No, they got a lot of doctors upstairs.
So as you get older, 81, a lot of your schedule is doctors.
Yeah.
It's like once they get a hold of you, you know, I always tell friends, if you don't go to the doctor, you don't have anything.
That's right.
You don't have it until they say, oh, you have it. My brother Jay says he's got some kind of jet engine exhaust in his prostate or something. I don't know. So what? As long as it doesn't bother you, who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it don't hurt, don't worry about it. Dentists are famous for doing stuff that doesn't need to be done.
Oh,
as long as your teeth are in your mouth, who cares? They say, oh, you need new gums. You need gum restructuring surgery. Listen, as long as they're in my mouth and I'm chewing it, that's it. Anyway, so thanks, Mike. Thanks for doing this. And
yeah, my pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed it. And now we're going to go to the pharmacy. CVS. Bring money. CVS. You got a good, you don't have to pay for your...
No.
CVS. Jeez. So that's good. You want to go to CVS? Where else do you want to go? Well, we got you in the car.
Well, we can go down the street to my bank.
And what branch, what bank is that?
That's Chase Manhattan.
Chase.
Yeah.
Okay, the bank, CVS, what else?
And we'll go into John's and get a couple of bananas.
Bananas are a pain. They got to be eaten just right. And they haven't figured out how to
keep them from spoiling.
You're right. Bananas are the biggest problem in the whole wide world as far as produce goes. You know, all these other processed foods, they'll last you 10,000 years. You can eat them in 2020, you know, who knows? But bananas, geez. And they only taste real good at a certain time. Either they're too hot or they're too new or they're too green. not green or blue or whatever the color is when they're not ripe.
It's green.
Green. And then if it's past that, then they're rubbery and they have no taste.
Yeah.
And they bruise terribly easy. Bananas are if you're a grocer or a produce manager or a retailer of fresh produce or a farmer's market, bananas is like, it'll drive you bananas. Bananas will drive you bananas because they are just so temperamental. They're like a new bride, they just don't know how to act sometimes. Anyway.
I buy them 6 at a time, and I buy them green.
Oh, I see. 6 at a time, and
then I have a place in my kitchen where they don't get sunshine, but they continue to ripen.
Right.
And I start off my day with a banana and a shake.
See, you're healthy. I got to get healthy too. I got to eat better. I'm into junk food, Peeps and stuff, and stuff like that. Excuse the masks, but we want to protect one another from any virus that may be still lingering. You've been vaccinated, huh?
Yeah, I got them both.
I have not. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Mike, you want to say goodbye or anything else you want to say before I leave it at this?
Well, just hope that everybody has a super day.
Thank you, Mike, and I hope everybody has a super day too. Bye for now. Off to CVS, the bank, and John's Market.